Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 6 different 5-ingredient vegan dinners with you all. I personally love to cook, that is my full-time job, but I do realize that some of you guys don't love to cook and want to spend as little time in the kitchen as possible. So I created 6 different easy meals that are super satiating and healthy, but don't take a lot of effort to come up with and whip together. They're also pretty budget friendly too. This video is produced in collaboration with my favorite online food store, Thrive Market. As you guys know, I work with Thrive Market a lot and I really do love them because they offer all of my favorite healthy, vegan, and or gluten-free products at prices that are way less than the health food stores around me. And I love that I can just order them online and get them shipped right to my door too. So if you live in the US and you are new to Thrive Market, you can click the link in the description of the video for a free trial plus 25% off of your first purchase. And if you're already a member, just want to give you guys a reminder to check their homepage regularly because they have different deals for members almost every single day. So always worth checking out, and I mean, who doesn't love online shopping? Okay, anyways, let's get on to the recipes. So first up, we're going to be making some vegan cheesy pasta. Honestly, this is very simple to make, but I do have some hacks to spice things up a little bit. So I am using these pasta noodles that I got on Thrive Market. I love them because they are gluten-free and made from chickpeas, but you can really use any pasta that you would like. Just cook it according to the package instructions. And then once the pasta has cooked, you are going to drain it and just set it aside temporarily. And then you're going to add your pasta sauce into the same pot. I'm using this pasta sauce from Raoul's Homemade. I've heard people rave about it, and honestly, it was pretty tasty, so I decided to go with I'm going to pronounce it wrong, arrabbiata sauce. It's spicy. And then I also am bulking up my pasta sauce with some spices from Simply Organic. You can get them on Thrive Market. I'm using some garlic powder and Italian seasoning. And this is a really great way to add extra flavor to pasta sauce, especially if you don't have a super big budget and are buying a cheaper pasta sauce. Once that's all heated up, you're just going to add your cooked pasta noodles in and then stir everything together until the noodles are evenly coated in the pasta sauce. And then you're just going to transfer this to a bowl, but we can't forget about our vegan cheese. We're going to be using Nutritional Yeast. It's a vegan staple. It kind of tastes cheesy. It's basically just fortified yeast flakes, not like bread yeast though. It actually does taste kind of cheesy. And that is it, a very easy dinner. You could add in some veggies if you have them on hand, but all in all, very satisfying. Up next, we're going to be making a chickpea salad. This is a great no-bake recipe that you could make even like in a college dorm room. So to start out, you're going to need about half of a cucumber and a tomato. I diced the cucumber pretty finely and then I diced the tomato as well. If you wanted to save time, you could also just buy cherry or grape tomatoes and slice those in half or use those whole. But once you have all of your veggies chopped, you're just going to transfer them to a bowl, and then we're going to add some chickpeas. To save time, I'm using canned beans. I got these on Thrive Market and they do have no salt added, so I will be adding salt to this recipe. Just keep that in mind if you buy salted beans. So you're going to rinse your beans, and you want to rinse them until there are no more bubbles left, and this helps with digestion and prevents bloating and gas later. And then we're going to be using some Italian seasoning again. I do have a fancier recipe for a Mediterranean chickpea salad on my blog that uses fresh herbs, and I will admit that it is tastier, but in a time crunch and an ingredient crunch, we're just going to be using Italian seasoning. So we also just added in some lemon juice and salt, and then we're going to mix everything together. And I would recommend letting this sit for like 5 or 10 minutes before you eat it, just so all the flavors can combine and the Italian seasoning can get a little bit rehydrated. It's even better the next day. This would also be a great meal for meal prep too. But it's very easy to put together and nice and filling because you have some fiber and complex carbs and plant-based protein from the chickpeas. Then we're going to take a little Asian inspired twist and make some fried rice. This is also very easy, and my secret hack for this recipe is to use a frozen stir-fry mix from the grocery store. It's already a mix of stir-fry vegetables, so you just have to buy one thing, and it's less expensive too because you're not buying a bunch of different veggies, you're just buying 1 pack of veggies. Then you're going to need some rice. I am using some brown leftover rice that I had in my fridge. You could also cook some brown rice, or Thrive Market does sell microwave rice packs. And then for our fried rice hack, we're going to be using teriyaki sauce. So fried rice normally has like garlic, ginger, soy sauce, salt, a little bit of sugar in it, but Those are a lot of extra ingredients, but we're going to skip all those steps by using a store-bought teriyaki sauce that already is made of all of these ingredients. It won't be as fancy or gourmet, but it's still going to taste really delicious. So you're just going to stir everything together and then let it simmer a little to sort of thicken the sauce and evaporate some of the liquid that is in the pan. And then we're going to add some baked tofu. I prefer to use baked tofu because it already has flavor in it. This one is actually teriyaki flavored as well. Most grocery stores will sell it. If not, you can use regular tofu because there is already the teriyaki sauce in the recipe. But you're just going to add it to the pot and stir everything together. And then, believe it or not, that was only 4 ingredients. So for our 5th ingredient, we're going to add some chopped cilantro into the recipe. I just really think this helps boost the flavors and make the recipe taste more gourmet, even though you can make it in like 10 minutes. And that is it for this one. Up next, we're going to be making some nachos. I mean, who doesn't want to eat nachos for a meal? So again, this recipe is actually surprisingly simple. I am going to bulk up our nachos by using some refried beans. I got this can of beans on Thrive Market. Just be careful because not all refried beans are vegan. So I just heated the can of beans up in the microwave, and as you can see, it was kind of thick though. So in order to drizzle it on my nachos, I just watered it down with a little bit of water and mixed everything together until it was more of a spreadable sort of nacho consistency, you know? So to assemble, we're going to need some chips, obviously. I'm using some lime and sea salt tortilla chips that I also got on Thrive Market. Do you guys notice the theme here? Also, if you do want to take a healthier route, I just want to note that you can just buy corn tortillas from the grocery store and bake them in the oven. I have shown how to do this in a previous video, so I will link that right here. So then you're going to top them with some of the refried bean mixture and a little bit of salsa. I'm using this smoky chipotle salsa. I really love it, and it's not too spicy in case you are sensitive to heat. And then we're also going to add some nutritional yeast because we need some sort of cheesy flavor, as well as some cilantro. And the key to nachos is layering your nachos, guys. I hate when they put all the toppings on top and then it's just like a pile of toppings and then plain chips underneath, you know what I'm saying? So just layer your nachos up and then dig in and enjoy. If you want to add a 6th ingredient to these, I would also recommend adding some hot sauce. Now we're going to bring things back, make them a little more simple with a burrito bowl, but we're actually going to be using some similar ingredients from the nachos and the fried rice. So we're going to be using our leftover brown rice again, and then you could use the refried beans from the nachos, but I decided to add a little bit more variety and use some of these black beans instead. So you're going to add those to the bowl and then heat them up however you want. I personally just microwaved them until they were warm and steamy, and then from there, for extra flavoring, I added some of that salsa that we used on our nachos, as well as some avocado, because what is a burrito bowl without avocado? It's still tasty, but it's not as tasty as a burrito bowl with avocado. We're also adding some of that cilantro that we also use in our fried rice. So it's really interesting to see how different flavors and ingredients can combine in different meals, so you can have variety throughout the week while not having to buy too much at the grocery store. And last but not least, I realized that one of my favorite meals was actually only 5 ingredients, so I had to include it in this video. You may have seen it before, but it's baked fries and salad. So for your fries, you're going to need some potatoes. I prefer organic russet potatoes, and I do think organic potatoes make a difference. It makes them kind of creamier almost. I eat a lot of potatoes, so you have to trust me on this one. But basically, you're just going to cut however many potatoes you want into fry shapes, and then you're going to transfer these into a large bowl, and then we're going to add our seasonings. And my favorite seasonings are smoked paprika and sea salt. That's it. And I do want to note that I do try to use organic spices because inorganic spices are often irradiated with other chemicals, which aren't necessarily healthy for us, and it also takes away some of the beneficial properties of the spices. And Thrive Market has organic spices for a cheaper price too. So, you know, win-win. So once you add your paprika and salt, also pro tip, don't shy away on the paprika. You gotta add a lot of it, okay? Then you're just going to mix everything together. And because you just cut the potatoes, the seasonings will stick to them anyways without the need for any extra oil. So after the potatoes are well coated, you're just going to transfer them to a baking tray. And my other hack for crispy fries is to use a silicone baking mat. It's reusable, so it reduces your waste, but also it just caramelizes the fries a lot more. And just organize your fries on the tray so none of them are touching, and you're going to bake them in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. But in the meantime, I like to make my favorite salad, which involves half of an avocado. There was a little bit of a bad spot, so I'll just cut that out, but the rest of it was still fine. You're going to add the avocado into the bottom of a bowl and just mash it up with a fork. I like to leave some chunks for some texture later in my salad too. And then for the salt and acid component of our dressing, we're going to be using sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is so good for you too because it's packed with probiotics and it's really cheap to make on your own, or you can also buy it at the store. So you're just going to add that to the bowl, as well as some of the brine from the sauerkraut, and mix that together until you have a thicker sort of dressing. Then you're just going to toss in some greens. You can use any greens you'd like. I've done this with kale, with romaine lettuce. Today I'm just using a Power Greens blend, which is actually my favorite. And then once the greens are coated, you just set that aside until your fries are done. As you can see, they turn out nice and crispy and golden brown. So then you're just going to put your fries and your salad onto the same plate or onto a separate plate if you want and don't like your food to touch. I don't know. Some people are like that. But honestly, I eat these plain because I love the flavor of the smoked paprika, but you could also dip them in some ketchup or mustard too. And that is it, guys. Let me know which recipe you want to make first in the comments below. And if you have another easy vegan dinner that you like to make for yourself that I didn't include, comment that below too. We can all help each other out when we want to not have to worry about cooking a complicated meal, but want something yummy and delicious. Also, let me know if you guys liked the series. I would be more than happy to film more videos like it. And if you're looking for more immediate inspo, I also have a whole series on budget-friendly meals that I have filmed that are along the lines to this video, so I'll link those below, as well as a 3-ingredient vegan snacks video. So I have tons of inspo on my channel, but I'm more than happy to make more if you guys want more. Also, don't forget to check out that discount link for Thrive Market below if you want to get an awesome discount on your groceries. And I think that's it for now. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye.